Dreamy Jeanie of Krumpetville. Written and created by Susie and Stevie Crumpet. Dreamy Jeanie lived in a dreamy world. Many things that happened to Dreamy Jeanie happened inside of her head, in the form of daydreams. Dreamy Jeanie had a very big imagination. For instance, Dreamy Jeanie lived in an ordinary house on a nice quiet block at the edge of Krumpetville Lake. But if you asked Dreamy Jeanie where she lived, she would close her eyes and say, "I live in a house with a green grass roof in the wild, wild jungle." Dreamy Jeanie wasn't telling fibs or making up riddles. She was just using her imagination. Do you ever have daydreams? What do you dream about? Do you imagine yourself playing with flowers and ladybugs? Or do you dream of snowflakes and sandcastles? Or maybe you daydream of a town made up of ice cream cones and candy. Dreamy Jeanie imagined that her friends were circus clowns performing tricks and flips. She even talked to her friends as if they really were clowns. Sometimes they had to snap their fingers and say, "Dreamy Jeanie, come out of your dream. You're playing with us, your friends." Then Dreamy Jeanie would rub her eyes and say, "I'm sorry. I must have been daydreaming again." Every once in a while, Dreamy Jeanie's daydreaming got her in trouble. She had to be especially careful in school, for if she daydreamed in class, she might miss part of her lessons. One morning, while Dreamy Jeanie was listening to her teacher, she suddenly realized how very hungry she was. Oh! A chocolate cupcake would taste so good just now, she thought as she closed her eyes. Dreamy Jeanie imagined herself peeking into a bakery window. Then she hurried through the doorway right to the cupcake counter. "I have 26 pennies, explained Dreamy Jeanie. "How many chocolate cupcakes will that buy me?" 26 pennies won't buy you any cupcakes, answered her teacher, "because we don't sell cupcakes in the classroom." Dreamy Jeanie opened her eyes to find herself sitting at her school desk, and there was no bakery there at all, just a few giggling classmates. Dreamy Jeanie was so embarrassed. Even though she sometimes got in trouble, Dreamy Jeanie still had lots of fun. Why do you think daydreaming is fun? Dreamy Jeanie could dream about anything she wanted. If she wanted to climb a tree and build a tree house, but it was too snowy to go outside, she just had to close her eyes and dream, and suddenly she was building a tree house. She could dream of pirates and fairies and princesses and play with them. But there was one special thing she dreamed of more than anything else. It was the annual Krumpetville picnic held every May. There would be games and contests and lots of prizes and food. But there was one part of the picnic that Dreamy Jeanie liked best of all, the pony race. It was the day of the Krumpetville picnic. Dreamy Jeanie decided to sit in the sun for just a little while before going. Soon her eyes closed, and the next thing she knew, she was gliding and flying with beautiful orange and black butterflies. Then she and the butterflies flew to the Krumpetville picnic. The butterflies helped Dreamy Jeanie fly down to her red polka-dotted pony. They wished her good luck, and bang, the race was on. Dreamy Jeanie rode, with the butterflies holding on to the pony's tail. Around the bend they went faster and faster. Just as Dreamy Jeanie was about to finish the race, her nose began to tickle. A real butterfly had landed on her nose. Dreamy Jeanie's nose tickled so much that she suddenly awoke from her daydream. Dreamy Jeanie said aloud, "Was I dreaming about the Krumpetville picnic? I must have been, because I don't really have a red polka-dotted pony. In fact, nobody has a red polka-dotted pony." Dreamy Jeanie thought for a while, and then moaned, "Oh no, I didn't miss the picnic, did I? I don't want to daydream any more." Dreamy Jeanie was very sad. Just as a tear started to roll down her cheek, she saw her uncle, Mr. Rover, driving by in his jeep. "Hurry up, Dreamy Jeanie. Climb in or we'll be late for the pony race." "You mean I didn't miss it?" cried Dreamy Jeanie. "Not yet," answered Mr. Rover, "but if you keep daydreaming, you'll miss out on a lot of things. Now hurry up." Dreamy said, "Don't worry, Uncle Rover. I'm not going to miss out on things ever again, because I'm not going to daydream any more." Dreamy Jeanie jumped inside the jeep. Mr. Rover started the motor, and it whirred and buzzed as they drove down the road to the picnic. Dreamy Jeanie closed her eyes, and off she went in a jeep with wings. Poor Dreamy Jeanie. No matter how hard she tried, she just couldn't stop daydreaming.